You completed the maze in a mere 3 hours. Well done, Shishigumi.
Don't ever underestimate the psychic power of our whiskers.
The feline family is said to be filled with mystique, yes. But lions, tigers, wildcats, jaguars... It's laughable that they could be considered mystical. They're all far too clumsy.
Hell?
Gentle. Having been called a spiritual cat myself, that is simply my opinion as Deshico the civet.
You're just a kid!
Oh, and please, drink your coffee while it's hot. Allow me to educate you on the mystique of the civet. The coffee beans carefully selected and eaten by civets are called Kopi Luwak and brew a precious cup of coffee. In fact, the very coffee you're drinking was brewed with beans I ate and later extracted from my excrement.
You mean it's your...
Yes, my poop. And the civet's remarkable nature doesn't stop there. We also have secretions from our anal glands, which are often coveted as a raw material for perfumes. Why are these abilities concentrated solely around our bottoms, I wonder? I used to agonize over it, but when things pass through my body, they transform into something more beautiful and valuable. So now, I'm quite proud of the creature I am. It's taking effect. Coffee is composed of about 98% water, and the remaining 2% is from the beans. Only these have skeletal-muscular narcotic effects similar to, or even greater than, kenis.
So this is what the boss is after?
This hyperdrug is comprised of ivory, little bits of animal flesh, and bone. All the blood these little ones gather, and some of my Kopi Luwak. You blend those all together to create this perfect black gem, Melda.
Melda.
Also called deer dung. It's more potent than anything else that's been on the market before. I've already lined up a buyer for the first batch of these, and that, of course, would be your boss.
Oh, that's nice.
Why, thank you. That's a bag of my poop.
King of Beast doesn't go around picking up shit.
Well, I told Melon I could only produce the drug if there was someone here to help me. He didn't say?
Damn him.
We're leaving.
I wonder if Madaragumi or Inarigumi would be interested then.
You must be Chief Deshico. My name is Garmo from Horns Pharmaceuticals.
Pleasure. Is this urgent?
In fact, it's a matter of life and death. I assume you're aware of the incidents involving young carnivores lately?
Yes.
Have a look at this. The substances used in kenis may be the culprit.
Oh?
They may be reacting with something carnivores naturally have, affecting some kind of neural functionality.
I suppose you found something?
Yes. I found your research paper.
Ah, you read that?
Yes. Though I couldn't immediately accept your conclusions.
Well, you don't say. All right. Now, this sample is from a regular carnivore. And you'll see when I add in the kenis... No real change, is there?
Right.
Okay. Where is... Ah, here we are. This next sample is from a carnivore who routinely eats real meat. When I add kenis to this... GST isozymes remain in the body long after meat has been consumed. If you have those GSTs, they bind to the proteins in kenis and become a fusion protein. It's like eating a large amount of meat without having to touch a speck of flesh.
So if we can stop it from binding together, then...
No. Why would we ruin a good thing?
But... Because this is dangerous. We can't leave this out there.
Here's the thing. In our society, eating real meat is strictly forbidden, right?
Right.
Okay, then. So nobody is doing it, are they? which means it should be perfectly fine to drink one of these.
Theoretically, yes, but realistically...
Oh, dear. So you can't approve of kenis, but you can ignore illegal meat consumption?
Well, no, that's...
Carnivores and herbivores coexisting is simply twisted. And kenis is an experimental drug that'll bring this to light. Doesn't that intrigue you?
No, are you insane? This is wrong!
Yes, very wrong indeed. A bit like impersonating an industry colleague to steal information. You do love to act, don't you, Louis? To think you went as far as to remove your precious horns for the role. I expect no less from a true thespian. I know all about you. You're the first and only herbivore to ever run the Shishigumi after you killed their boss and took over.
You're wrong.
Forgive me. You're the ex-boss, aren't you? Relax. I have no intention of revealing your sordid past to the world.
Then...
Their current boss is a character. Do you know him?
Of him.
Do you know that Melon is a mix?
Melon? He's a gazelle and a carnivore?
A leopard, yes.
I thought as much.
Incredible, right? Mixes are the one subject I'm most obsessed with researching right now. Of course, it's natural for one to take interest in the beasts they come into contact with, regardless of their sex or species. But for me, those differences make them even more alluring. As a former Shishigumi boss, perhaps you can relate?
Why are you so drawn to mixed beasts in particular?
Some mixes have extreme imbalances in their senses or intuition or instincts. It's really quite extraordinary to see that in action.
You're talking about super senses.
They can perceive sounds or light too faint to be measured by scientific instruments. Or they might completely lack appetite or sexual desire.
Do you think there's a connection between senses and desires?
Well, at the moment, that's just a hypothesis. What I do know is despite his slender build, Melon possesses a ferocity that rivals even the lions. Though I haven't collected any data on his senses. Do you have any information?
No. I've never had the pleasure of meeting him.
I see. That's unfortunate.